Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. What do we got going on with the markets? Well, we've had this big rebound right in the stock market. We came down and now we've rebounded up about 25%. 25% off of the low. I mean, that happened really fast, right? But this market, it's running out of energy. It's getting tired. There's going to be a pullback. We're really close to a new record high. We may go up and touch that before the pullback, but the pullback's going to happen within days. I mean, we're at the top right here, right? 25% up move, but the market has run out of energy. You can tell by looking at the IWM. Now, the IWM came up to its 200-day moving average, and it's having trouble getting through that. It's going to probably pull back to get more energy. Then it's going to try to take another run at it and try to break up higher. Now, the IWM, which is the Russell, the small caps, it's nowhere close to a new record high, but the NASDAQ and the S&P are right there, almost at a record high. Now, maybe they push up really hard for a day or two before the pullback, but I don't think so. I think we're going to get a pullback, probably come down to the 200-day moving averages on the NASDAQ, on the S&P, maybe even overshoot that to the downside a little bit. But I do think that this is not the big rug pull. Not the big rug pull yet. Big rug pull's coming probably later in the year. But right now they're going to still continue to print the money to push it up higher one more time. We're going to hit that new record. You're going to be able to get out at the top before the big rug pull happens. Big rug pull not here yet. Big rug pull's coming. That's just my take. Yours is probably completely different. All right. So I was reading this article in the real estate market. Some of the trade journals, they talk about this. How long you can get your money back if you bought your house today. So if you bought a house today, how long would it take before you can get your money back? You see, if you bought a house today and you sold it tomorrow, you'd have, well, closing costs, right? Cost of the commissions. A lot of costs are built in there, at least 5% worth of costs, right? So they're asking, how long will it take for the housing market to go up another 5% from here? Well, they're saying, in the experts, these are the experts now, the experts are saying it's going to take you 10 years before you can get your money back if you were to buy a house today. Now, Tall Mike, I got a little different philosophy. When someone buys a house from me today, I make them sign a piece of paper saying that their house is going to drop by about 50% and that they cannot sue me because I'm disclosing it in this addendum right here that I make them sign. They don't get to buy a house from me unless they sign that they're expecting it to drop by 50% and that they're perfectly fine with that happening. You see, maybe it never comes back to the levels we're at now. Maybe the bubble has gotten so big that we've hit the top already. Now, it's interesting. A lot of people, they say, but Mike, you got this all wrong. You've been talking about for years how house prices are going to come down. Well, they have come down, right? Come down about 50% in terms of real money, in terms of gold. Like when Billy Bob sold 3 years ago up at the top, he took that, put it into gold. Gold has gone up. He could buy it with half the gold he has and get the same house back and keep half of his gold. You see, house prices have already dropped in real terms. Now, nominal terms, I agree, they're close to the high, but they're not at the high. No. Well, in some, of course, your area only goes up. But let's talk about my area because that's where I sell homes. I'm a real estate broker in the San Jose area, let's call it. Okay, so these are condos. Condos in the San Jose area, they're getting smashed, right? Okay, so this guy bought this condo, right? A little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo. Now, $715,000 is what he paid back in 2021. $715,000. So he's held this for 4 years, right? He put it on the market just recently. Bought it for $715,000, put it on the market, held it for 4 years, paid all the property taxes, all the homeowners, all the maintenance, and it's in a pretty nice area, reasonable area, not the best area, but definitely not in the slum, let's say. So 715 he paid back in 2021. Now he put it on the market. He was all excited. He was ready to cash out. He was going to make his money, right? Well, he had 16 offers. 16 offers on the property. Isn't that great? The highest one went for 670. He sold this for 670,000. Now he bought it at 715, sold it for 670. So, well, that's taken into account. That's just the price, right? So he lost $50,000, right? But that's not all of it. Lost probably another $40,000 or $50,000 just in transaction fees. So he lost $100,000 on this property that he could have rented for half the price that he was paying for it. You see, it's not that smart to be a buyer right here. Don't get me wrong. I love real estate. It's my life. Real estate has made more millionaires in this country than any other business, right? Okay, real estate, I love it, but it's not a good time to buy right now. Wasn't a good time to buy in 2021 when that poor guy lost $100,000, lost $100,000 of his hard-earned money. He lost all he put into it, the equity, right? He bought that for $715, put $70,000 down. He got $670, but he had all these closing costs on top of that. Did not get his money. He lost all of his equity. Not a good time to buy. Here's another one. These are real examples, right? I'm not just making this up. This is direct off of the sales records for San Jose, California. There was a 3-bedroom unit, right? Now this guy, he paid just over $1 million, $1,020,000 about to be exact. And he bought this back in 2022, so 3 years ago. Now, once again, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. He's ready to cash out. Paid $1,020,000 for it, right? Okay, so he's ready to put it on the market. And he also did really good. He had multiple offers. The highest offer, which he accepted, which he sold for, was $930,000. So he lost $90,000 of real money plus his commissions to, all of the commissions and transactions on the buy end, on the sell end. So let's say he lost about another $50,000. So he was down $150,000. About 15% of his money got wiped out, right? Now, was he smart to buy it? No. Why? Because he could have rented it much, much cheaper. All right, that 2-bedroom unit, you take just the mortgage the guy had on it, you could go out and rent a 3-bedroom, nicer area, 2 bathrooms, an extra bathroom for less than just the mortgage. That's not even taking into account the property taxes. The HOA fees on these are $400 a month. That's an extra $5,000 a year. These people that are buying these are fools. They're still going down, right? You could rent so much cheaper, but people don't like to rent, right? They say, oh, that's just terrible. I don't want to be a renter. I want to be the proud homeowner. I want to pay twice as much. I want to live in a worse area than I could rent in. I don't get it, I really don't get it. But people tell me I've been wrong all these years, right? Maybe in their mind I have, right? In their mind, they don't understand real money. Number one, the house price is down 50% in real money. But even in these nominal examples I just gave you, these people are getting wiped out. All their equity is gone by the time they get out of the property. It's very sad what's going on. It's very sad what I see in our country right now. Now, here's what I'm seeing. 2 out of every 3 people, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't even have $500 in the bank account if an emergency comes up. They don't have the money. Now, how did this happen? How did we get in this situation? How we got in this situation is we printed money into oblivion. As you print the money into oblivion, people cannot afford to live because prices go up and up and up. Now they are slaves now is what they are. They have to go to work just so they can get food money. They have to go to work so they can pay their rent, but they don't have anything left over. They're flat broke. 2/3 of America is flat broke, zero net worth basically. Now here's the thing. The top 10%, are doing great, right? They own almost 90% of the wealth. Actually, technically, it's 86% of the wealth. Top 10% own 86% of the wealth. Now, why is this? Why does this happen? It happens because of all the free money, right? We're printing all this money, trillions and trillions of dollars since 1980, $37 trillion we printed in debt, right? Just since the pandemic, another 10, $11 trillion we printed. This is just terrible, right? This is what's creating people get in situations where they have zero net worth, where they have nothing saved up, where they're living paycheck to paycheck, where they can't make it. But who gets rich when we print the money? Who gets rich? The wealthy, right? And on whose backs are they getting rich? Everybody. When every dollar they print makes our dollars worth less and less. So the middle class gets wiped out. The poor people, they're just devastated. They can't even get food to eat. There's a problem. Now, granted, if you watch this channel, you've learned how to protect yourself a little bit. You bought some real money. And as you've seen, since I've started this channel, I was telling you, buy some gold, buy some real money. It was $1,600 back then. $1,600. You know what you got to pay now? You got to pay $3,600. That's $2,000 for every $1,600 you put in when I started telling you to do it. Now look at, here's what I'm telling you now. Silver is still cheap. People don't believe that. It's at a 13-year high. Told Mike, that can't be cheap. 13-year high? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to buy it up here at $36. I'm telling you, it's going to go higher. It's going to go past 100, going to get to triple digits. And when it gets to triple digits, it's not going to be just a 1 in front of that triple digits. It's going to be a 2, then a 3. You're going to get 10x times your money. You have to protect yourself from what our government is doing to you. It is pathetic what they're doing to you, and they're doing to you, telling you that this is the way it should be. We're doing it so that you can benefit. I mean, they openly admit that they're going to steal 2% of your money every year, but 2%, no, that's just what they're telling you. If you believe the CP lie, as I like to call it, I mean, they're telling you inflation. Inflation's under 3%. Really? I don't think so. What are they buying? Take a basket of your own goods, what you buy. You buy gas, yeah, that's going up. You see the price of oil shot back up or up around $70 again. Why? Because inflation's going to come soaring back. This is a time where you want to go from you want to get into hard assets, real things that you can touch, that you can feel, that you can hold. You see platinum taking off, palladium taking off. I don't stack platinum. I don't stack palladium. The only thing I stack is silver and gold, right? The reason is because those are recognizable around the world. Platinum's a little not as liquid in the real coins. Now you can buy platinum 1 ounce bars at Costco now. Costco now sells platinum 1 ounce bars. Why? Because people want. They see the price of platinum taking up. I trade platinum. PPLT is a symbol, or PLTM. Those are the 2 ETFs of platinum, and you can tell they're just going straight up. They're going parabolic. I wouldn't buy it up here. I think you're going to get a pullback. Wait for it to give back about half of the run up and then get some platinum. Platinum's cheap, but I just trade it. I trade it in the ETFs. Same with palladium, PALL. Taken off a little bit, but it's not even close to a record high yet. Palladium is still very cheap, but once again, I don't stack palladium. I don't stack platinum. I don't stack copper. You can get copper ETFs, also COPX, right? These are physical things, and you want to get out of the fake system. You want to be your own central banker. You want to save in real money. When you go out and you work your job, yes, you get your paycheck. Your paycheck's in dollars. You take that paycheck, put it in the bank, pull some of that green stuff out, go down to your local coin shop, buy an ounce or 2 of silver, $36. You're going to 10x your money. Now, maybe I'm wrong. You're just going to be stuck with a lot of silver, but I don't think I'm wrong. I wasn't wrong on gold. Now, I started buying gold back at $280. $3,300, that seems to have done pretty well. You want an ounce of physical, it's $3,600 right now. Now, I started buying silver at $12. $12 an ounce. I was an idiot. Why was I an idiot? Because it dropped down below $5 an ounce. Did I keep buying? buying? Yeah, I kept buying. I become a stacker. You know why? Because that silver stuff, it's pretty, it's shiny. I like it. I keep stacking it. It drops to $5 again. Load it up. But it ain't going back to $5. But Tall Mike's got some $5 silver, right? You can get some $36 silver when it's at $300. You can look back at today and say, hey, that Tall Mike guy kind of knew what he was talking about. He wasn't the fool that everybody leaves in the comments calling Tall Mike a fool. If you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up, but punch that subscribe button. Get out there, everybody. Have a great day. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.